Hey everyone, how are you all doing today? I hope you're doing fantastic. Today's topic is a very important one about privacy. Your privacy is so very important, and we need to learn to not give it up so easily. So I hope you enjoy the video and hope you find it useful. Your privacy is a basic human right. However, with the internet, your information is at high risk for being exposed. Not only can hackers get your information if they breach a company's website and get usernames and passwords, but various tech companies themselves make tracking you part of their scheme to monitor your activity to sell advertising to you, or worse. We will never have privacy as long as we live in the age of technology, the internet, and smartphones. Your phone is the biggest tracker and keeper of your personal information. It knows your fingerprint, face, all your private messages, and you even give it permission to track your location. All of this is granted by you, the user, as you give up your privacy for the sake of convenience. This agenda of tracking your every move has been in the background for a long time, but with contact tracing being discussed in 2020, this agenda has come to the surface, and people still sacrifice their privacy for what they think is the greater good, but in reality, it's the next phase of total control of the human population. There are various methods to help with your internet privacy and to stop being tracked, but here's what we must remember. Where there is technology, there will always be tracking. There will always be a footprint left behind of your activities on the internet, with your phone, with your computer, anything of that sort. But these tips can certainly help you out quite a bit. So let me know what you think about these tips and if you actually do any of these things. So how then can you be more private if you need access to technology, the internet, and a smartphone? Step 1 is to get a VPN, or virtual private network. This will change your IP address and location and make you appear more secure online. It is harder to track someone who uses a VPN as opposed to someone who doesn't. However, this will often make it so websites cannot track you, but your internet service provider may still monitor your behavior. Step 2. Ditch everything Google related. Many of you probably use Google Chrome, Google Search, Gmail, Google Drive, and even YouTube. Google is one of the biggest companies that stores your personal information and knows everything about you. Dropping them from your life is a challenge if you use their services. Anything but Google is definitely better, but look into dropping all companies that don't have your privacy in mind. Instead of Chrome, use Brave, an excellent browser that blocks all trackers and ads by default. Instead of Google Search, use DuckDuckGo. Instead of Gmail, use ProtonMail. Instead of Google Drive, use Ice Drive or Mega. Instead of YouTube, use LBRY or Library, which rewards you in cryptocurrency. Maybe it's hard making the switch, but you will feel better knowing your privacy is more secure than it is with Google. Some of these companies may not offer as much as Google, but that's why it's so important to support them, since with your help, they can succeed and may become better than anything Google could offer. And the final step, and hardest to do, is to get a phone that doesn't track you. Apple and Android phones track you wherever you go. Even turning off location services will not prevent them from acquiring your information. For instance, your phone will try to connect to Wi-Fi networks and search for them in the background, and thus will always reveal your location to nearby routers. Furthermore, mobile carriers track you when connected to their cell towers. There is no escaping the tracking unless you leave your phone at home, get a Linux phone, or use other methods to remove the tracking on your phone. Lastly, I wanted to touch on the topic of contact tracing. This has come to the forefront in 2020 and jeopardizes not only our privacy, but also our rights. Contact tracing that infringes on your rights and privacy has been built into both Apple and Android phones with the latest updates. Turning off contact tracing in settings is a false sense of security. How the surveillance works is not based on GPS, thus a VPN and having location services turned off won't help you. It is a proximity-based tracking system that uses both Bluetooth and RF waves to identify surrounding phones, exchange a unique identifier code, and store it in a database that will be used to monitor infections. Once someone tests positive, the system will ping each phone that the user has come into contact with. While it's claimed that the system is anonymous and no personal data is collected, this too is a false sense of security. Don't willingly give up your privacy for convenience. There is nothing wrong with leaving your phone at home when you go out to the store. Don't be dependent on your phone, since a life exists outside of it, and life exists without it. Let me know how this works for you. Have a great day. During this whole global panic that has happened in 2020, I myself have taken even more steps to protect my privacy. I used to use all the Google services. I used to use a variety of different things, and now I've made that switch. Everything that I'm teaching you in this video, these are things that I have done. I'm making the switch over, and I've found that alternative platforms are certainly far superior to what Google offers. And it took a while to really do that, because when you're so fixated on something, and something as good as a Google product is, switching to something that doesn't have all the features, that may be more money if you're actually paying for a service. Not only that, it's a service that isn't as used as much as Google is. It may feel like an inferior product that you're paying more for, but I can guarantee you that it is certainly worth it, because once you drop Google, drop all the services, drop all the variety of different things, then you really don't need to turn back, and there really is no turning back past that point. I don't feel the need to go back to the other services because I'm done with it. I'm done. And for everyone watching on YouTube, you know I have other platforms as well. Automaster.com, my website. I have other sorts of social media you can check me out on. There's a variety of different things that I personally use that I have found to be better alternatives. But we got to remember, Google is a very big company, and it's going to be very difficult to actually, for the majority of people to actually move over. But every little person counts. Every little person counts. So don't feel afraid to make the switch over to something more private and secure that respects your privacy. So I'm really curious to know what you found helpful about this information. What methods and techniques have you used to protect your internet privacy? What sort of VPNs do you use? Anything of the sort, just let me know. And I hope you found this helpful. Have a great day, and I'll talk with you next time. Bye-bye.